So I ran out of time. So I guess I'm doing a fourth video. This one will probably be short. This is teaching for women, talking about Romans 10. So I'm in Deuteronomy chapter 4. I'm going to go back to verse 29. But if from thence thou shalt seek the Lord thy God, thou shalt find him, if thou seek him with all thy heart and with all thy soul. When thou art in tribulation, and all these things are come unto thee, even in the latter days, we're in the latter days now, if thou turn to the Lord thy God, and shalt be obedient unto his voice. For the Lord thy God is a merciful God. He will not forsake thee, neither destroy thee, neither forget the covenant of thy fathers, which he sware unto them. He's going to have mercy on you. And again, the same chapter defines what was given by his voice. In verse 12, and the Lord spake unto you out of the midst of the fire. Ye heard the voice of the words, but saw no similitude, only ye heard a voice. And he declared unto you his covenants, which he commanded you to perform, even 10 commandments. And he wrote them upon 2 tables of stone. So again, this is what the church has done. For they being ignorant of God's righteousness, which he defines, again, in chapter 6 of Deuteronomy, his 10 commandments that he wants you to write on his heart, on your heart. And going about to establish their own righteousness, saved by grace, not by works, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of God. Christians, you haven't submitted unto God's righteousness. You break all of his commandments. And because of that, you're going to go in tribulation. So when you find yourself in tribulation, remember Deuteronomy chapter 4:30. If you find yourself in tribulation, turn back to his voice, which is the 10 commandments, and he'll find mercy on you. Even in chapter 5 of Deuteronomy, he tells you his mercy. In verse 10, when he's listing his commandments, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. So remember that. This is the righteousness which is of faith. Speaketh on this wise. If you come before the Lord and you don't know this is the time of refreshing, the time that Yeshua came to refresh the 10 commandments and end sacrificial law, which is, Galatians 3:19. Galatians 3:19, wherefore then serveth the law? It was added because of transgression. If you haven't watched my videos before this, you need to go watch them. The law that was added to the 10 commandments was the sacrificial law, because they transgressed with the golden calf in Exodus 32. And in Deuteronomy 31, it tells you, and Moses wrote these ends of writing in a book, and he instructed the Levites to place it in the side of the covenant as a witness against them until it was finished. This was the 600 and some laws, sacrificial laws. It was a witness. It was the schoolmaster. Until, let's read this. Wherefore then serveth the law. It was added. The only law that was added to the 10 commandments. The 10 commandments were given first. And in Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 22, he tells you he didn't add any more. He just gave the 10. He gave, that was what God gave them with his voice in the midst of the fire at the rock of Horeb first. And then he added the sacrificial law to that because they transgressed and broke his covenant with the calf. It was added because of transgression. Till the seed should come, Yeshua, to whom the promise was made. And it was ordained by angels in the hand of a mediator. Now the mediator is not a mediator of one, but God is one. Until the sacrificial law was in place, until Yeshua came to end it. That's why his last words was, it is finished. He was quoting Deuteronomy 31, Moses, the end of writings until it was finished. You need to go learn these things. This is the gospel. So you're not establishing your own righteousness or believing in a pastor's version of what righteousness is. It's not saved by grace, not by works. It's keeping his commandments. It's eating clean, the rainbow covenant. You need to go learn that. Read Genesis chapter 6 through 9. There's a very important thing in the covenant that he made with Moses. He didn't just make it with Moses. He made it with all the animals. He instructed him to put 6 of all the clean animals in the ark and 2 of the clean animals. And he made a covenant that has to do with the blood. I'm going to go there. This is chapter 9 of Genesis, verse 4. Take note of this when you are reading that. But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat. If you look at the animals that he tells you is clean to eat, they have split hooves and they eat the cud. They don't eat the blood. They don't eat other animals. They're not the scavengers of the world, the cleaners of the world. They don't eat other animals. It's only the animals that eat the cud that has split hooves. He's very specific in this. But the flesh with the life thereof, there which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat. Now this covers not only that, but he also defines it more. And it's within the 10 commandments, thou shalt not kill, right? And surely your blood of your lives will I require. At the hand of every beast I will require it, and at the hand of man. At the hand of every man's brother I will require it, the life, I will require the life of man. And go read Isaiah chapter 65 and 66. Everyone that has swine in their vessels, he's going to destroy when he returns. That's end time prophecy. Isaiah 65 and 66. So if you're eating swine's flesh and you're aliens to his covenants of promise, you're not following his 10 commandments. You're breaking them by doing Christmas, Easter, all these Valentine's Day, groundhogs. All of the holidays are pagan. Go look up the origin of them. You're worshiping, you're doing the workman's, how does he phrase it? The workers of the workman's hands with wood and stone. You're doing the traditions that honor these other gods. They've been made to look innocent, but they actually have really evil history of them, of where they originated from. And you need to go look at that. So don't establish your own righteousness, and don't be fooled by these pastors that are establishing their own righteousness. Know the righteousness of God and the true gospel and obey him, or you're going to go in tribulation.